Recording in progress.
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Sterneman, Vice President of NetLaw, and I wanted to create this video today to show how a client can create their estate planning online very, very easily using the NetLaw software. So let's get started with the video. When an agent sends a client an invitation, it's going to come to their email address. And all you simply have to do is just click on your email like I've shown you here. And what you're going to do is you're going to come down and you're going to copy this code. We're going to copy it and we're going to hit redeem. And it's going to take us to our profile page where we can click redeem here on the left-hand side and paste that code that we copied from the first page. We're going to hit redeem. And it's going to take us right into our NetLaw plan. So here's the beginning pages. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to bookmark this page right here, legacy.netlaw.com. So anytime that you need to come back into your NetLaw client account, this is where you're going to come. And then you can log in using your email and password. So real easy. As you can see, we're going to go to my profile and we're just going to start. My profile is just your basic information. Who are you? Where do you live? All that kind of stuff. And as you can see, it's already put my first and last name in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my full legal name. So if there's any initials or last names that I want to put in, and I can actually put in my last or middle name. And I am a male. And what is my birthday? 01/01, say 1970. And then I'm just going to hit next. We're just filling in basic information. 100 Main Street, Jefferson, and we'll say that I live in Dallas, Texas. I'm just filling in basic information. We'll scroll down on the page a little bit and we'll hit finish. Okay. Now it automatically takes us to family and contacts. That's the second tab here, but it already takes you there. And this is where we're going to add in all of our important people in our lives, our spouses, kids, parents, friends, family. And we simply do that by clicking this button down here in the bottom right. And then we just choose, do we want to choose our spouse, our children, our parents, or others? Let's say we're married. I'm going to put in my wife. You'll have to forgive me. I am not the greatest typer. Female and her birthday. Is Donna's address the same as yours? Yes, we live together. And her phone number. We can even put in her email address. Finish. Then we can go back to this button. We have children. We can put in Cassie Smith, female, child of current marriage. And her birthday, 01/01/1999. Scroll down on the page a little bit and hit finish. Let's say we have another child. Child of current marriage. 02/2010. Scroll down on the page a little bit and finish. Now we can add parents, we can add friends and family, cousins, whatever, but just for time constraints, I'm just going to add my spouse and say 2 kids. So we're done with family contacts. So now we've created our profiles, our basic information, who's most important to us. And now we're going to go in and create our legal documents. And here we're going to pick between the $400 and $600 plan. 99% of what we sell is a $600 plan. It includes the will and the living trust, the power of attorney, and the healthcare document. So we're going to click on the $600 plan. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to purchase that. Here's where it's saying we're buying the $600 plan. There's no monthly maintenance until next year, where the $8 starts. If you don't want that, you can simply call us and we can cancel that. But what we want to do is we want to go ahead and put our credit card in. And how do we do that? We simply put it right here where it says choose a payment method. So we're going to click on that. And I've actually already put one in for further uses. But when you enter your credit card information, you're going to want to come back in and click this. Click and purchase. And it's running the credit card right now. And we've got it. So we go back to legal documents. And now you can see that everything's active, right? So now what we want to do is we want to come over to our legal documents and we want to click last will plus living trust. That way, because we get both, right? We're doing the will and the trust. So we're here, last will with living trust, all the good information about what you need and why you need it. And here is where we go back and forth, right? Because one plan covers both spouses. So here, this is me and I'm checkmarked. So I know I'm filling out my documents. When I go to create Donna's documents, I just click on her and go back and create the documents. So now I'm on myself. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to click last will and last will plus living trust. And my name's checked. And I'm going to hit start. Now we're going to start creating our documents. Because I said I lived in Texas, I can create one trust for both me and my spouse, or I can select no, and we can create two different ones. But most people will go ahead and select that they just want one trust because it's just easier. So I'm going to click yes, and then I'm going to name the trust. So I'm just going to name it the Mark and Donna Sterneman Revocable Living Trust. Next. Now we're just going to start filling out our will and our trust. Simply ask, it's going to ask questions here in the drop-down box, and then it says over here what you're filling out. Frequently asked questions and answers, right? So here we're filling out the executors of our last will and testament. Who's in charge when we pass away? And you simply just click the button and you choose. Now you can see that Donna's here and Cassie, our oldest daughter's here, but Jacob's not because he's a minor. He's under the age of 18 and he cannot serve in a row until he is over the age of 18. He can be a beneficiary to an asset, but he can't serve as an executor, a trustee, a guardian, anything like that until he turns the age of 18. When he turns 18, his name will appear there. So for the executor of your will, who's in charge when you pass away? Of course, I'm going to select my spouse and I'm going to click next. And then you can have successors as well. If Donna's unavailable when I pass away, maybe she's at a certain age where we're all older, or it's just too much for her, or maybe we were hurt in a car wreck together. You just don't know, right? So you always need to have backups. I'm going to choose one successor because that's all I have, but you can choose, as many as you want. Now we're going to name a guardian for Jacob because he was younger than the age of 18. So I'm going to choose Cassie because she's older. Now, you won't add your spouse here. Your spouse will be the guardian as long as they're alive. Mom and dad will always be the guardian until the child turns 18. But this is in case that both parents have passed away before the child or children have turned 18. And there won't be any successors because I didn't have, anybody else. But the more people you name in your family and contacts, the more people you will have to choose from. I don't have any pets, but you can create a pet trust. Devise a personal residence. Yes, I want to say where my property is going to go. All of that will go to my spouse. Other real estate, I'm going to say no, just for time constraints, that I don't have any other property. Specific bequests. This is where if you want to list all of your assets, all that's important to you so that you can leave them to certain individuals, you can. If everything's going to go to your spouse and then to your kids, you can click no. But let's say you do. So I'm going to click yes, just to show you. So add. So you're going to click beneficiary. Who's going to be the beneficiary? We're going to give it to an individual. And let's say it's Cassie. Oops, sorry about that. We're going to give it to Cassie. There we go. And what are we leaving her? We're going to leave her, let's say, a gold watch. Scroll down. Effective date at my death, regardless of whether my spouse is living, or at my death only if my spouse does not survive me. Well, I'm going to give it to her right away upon my death. And then we can add another one. You know, the individual. Let's say I want to leave Jacob something and I want to leave him money. Let's say $20,000 at my death, whether my spouse is living or not. But then let's say I want to leave to Jacob my car. Let's say it's a 2019 Lexus. Oops. But I don't want him to have it till after both of us have passed away. So you can click that one. And next. Disposition of residual estate. This is your property distribution. I want everything to go to my children. This is, remember, because this is a joint trust, so this is going to be in effect after both of the spouses pass away. Where does our property go? All to my children. Do you want to omit any children? No. Descendants trust. This is your children's trust. If you don't want your underage children to receive their inheritance all at age 18, you can separate that a little bit. I always like this. So instead, if me and my wife both pass away before Jacob is 18, when he receives his inheritance, he will receive it all at age 18. But I can specify that, you know, I don't want that. I'd rather him receive all of it at 25 or at 21, half at 25 and the rest at 30, or a third at 25, half at 30 and the remainder at 35. I like that one because, you know, if you're leaving them a lot of money, you don't really want to do that at age 18. You know, I know how I was at age 18, I'd probably blow right through it. So this is a protection from the grave, right? Making sure that they still have some money coming in and not receiving it all at age 18. Ultimate disposition means that you have outlived everyone. So where do you want your stuff to go? And you can click this. And I'm going to say that it's going to be split between mine and my spouse's heirs-in-laws, 50-50. That means next closest kin. And we're done. I just created my last will and testament and our revocable living trust. So as you can see, it just saved it. And now I'm going to go back to legal documents so I can finish creating my healthcare documents. I'm still on myself. So we're going to scroll down on the screen and I'm going to hit start. Medical power of attorney. This is someone who's going to speak for you when you can't speak for yourself. And I'm going to choose my spouse. And then just like before, we always name alternates. We can name one successor, and I'm going to choose Cassie. Limitation on agents' authorities. Do I want any kind of limitation on there? I'm going to hit no. HIPAA authorization. This allows someone to, see your medical charts and psychotherapy notes and all of that. So again, I'm going to click my wife. And then we have the successor as well. I have one successor, and it's going to be Cassie. Do I want to release my psychotherapy notes if I ever have any? I will include them so that they have all the information that they need. Disposition of body upon death. You can just click on each one. Authorize the giving of all or any body parts upon death for any lawful purposes. Authorize the giving of all or any body part upon death, but only in such case that it can be accomplished without cost. Do not authorize the giving of all or any part of the body upon death. I'm going to choose that one. Healthcare documents are completed. I'm going to scroll down. It's already saved them. I'm going to go back to my legal documents, and I'm going to create my power of attorney. Start. Power of attorney, of course, we all know what that is. It's where we choose someone to make our financial decisions for us when we can't make them for ourselves. Again, we click the drop-down box, and we just keep selecting. And of course, there's the alternate. One successor for me, Kathy, finished. I have just completed all of my documents. I've created my will, our family trust, my healthcare documents, and my power of attorney. So what you want to do now is you want to go back and you want to click on last will, the last will right here, because we've already created the living trust. So now we're going to go back and create our spouse's documents. Because I've created a joint trust, he or she doesn't need to create that. So we're just going to click the last will. And we're going to choose Donna now. We're going to go back and we're going to click Donna. And then we're going to click start. And we're going to do, excuse me, we're going to do the same thing that we did before, starting with executors, right? So now she's going to pick me. Next. One successor, Cassie. We're going to go back to guardians. If both of us pass away, she wants Cassie to raise our kid until Jacob turns 18, right? And then we will have no successor. Specific bequest, I've shown you that on the other one. I'm going to click no, just for time constraints. Property distribution, all to my spouse if surviving, if not, to my children. Children shares, she'll come in. We'll just choose Jacob because he's underage. Ultimate disposition. And done. Did you see how it had less questions? Because everything came off the first document because it was a joint trust. Half of the questions weren't there because it related to the trust and not the will. It's so much faster and so much easier to complete these documents. So she's just created her will. We're going to scroll down and we're going to make sure, there it is, it's saved. We're going to go back to legal documents and we'll create her healthcare documents. Again, her name is checked, so we know we're filling out her documents, and we'll hit start. Your medical power of attorney, again, who's going to make your medical decisions for you if you can't make them for yourself? You'll name your person, and then you'll name your successors. Do you want any limitations on your agent's authorities? No. Your HIPAA, same thing. Again, HIPAA is just so someone can see your medical charts. I will include my psychotherapy notes. And I don't want anything to do with them distributing any parts of my body. So I've just created Donna's healthcare documents. We'll come down. There they are. They're saved. Go back to legal documents. And the last document's the power of attorney. Again, remember, frequently asked questions are always out to the side. Mark, and our successor would be Cassie. Now we've created her documents. Scroll down. You can see it here. Done. We're done. So we've created both spouses' documents, my documents and her documents. So now we want to go to My Files. My Files is your vault system where all of your documents are stored. This is where you'll click on them, print them out, get them witnessed and notarized. Then you can come back, scan them back in here so you have scanned copies and your hard copy. I hope this video was useful. If you have any questions, you can reach out to your agent that allowed you to have the NetLaw program, and they will help you out. You can always call our customer service number at 888-604-4789, and we would love to help you out, answer any questions that you have. If you get stuck, just give us a call and we'll help you. But I hope this video was educational. It showed the ease and the easiness of creating this video. I really appreciate you watching this. And again, I appreciate you giving your trust into NetLaw. Thank you and have a great day.